Hello everyone, welcome to Point Click Repeat. My name is Alan, and I am starting a new game. Gabriel Knight Sins of the Fathers. This is the first game in the Gabriel Knight series. I have never played any of these Gabriel Knight games, so I am very excited to get started, because I've heard very good things about them, and I just never got around to playing them. I'm not really sure why. That said, let's get started as is tradition, and as I wouldn't have done when I was a child, with the intro.
Mm-hmm. I bet. Just a minute. It lives, I see. Do you want to speak with Lolita? I'm sorry, but Gabriel is allowed. Oh, I mean, he's out. Yeah, if he ever comes back, I'll tell him. You know, you could do better. I know I don't know you, but you could do better. Sure. Bye-bye. Good morning. The phone's been ringing off the hook all morning. Let me know when you want your messages.
Yeah.
Gee, you're lively. Did you have another nightmare last night?
Sort of.
Mm-hmm. I told you it's that voodoo book you're researching. That stuff can seriously screw up your karma.
I'm sure that's it. Maybe I should write a horror novel on passive resistance instead.
So don't sleep. It's your body. Anyway, your handheld tape recorder came today.
Really? Great.
I can't wait to see what human rights you violate with this one.
I can't wait to violate them. For example, if you would just let me...
And I located some local voodoo references for you. Dixieland Drugstore and the Historical Museum of Voodoo. Both are right here in French Quarter.
How would I ever manage without you?
You? Give me a break. The devil himself couldn't change you.
Well, if the devil had great legs, perhaps, like yours.
And a riveting personality, I'm sure. Well, if you need any more research done, just ask. It's not as though we're swamped with customers.
Okay, so here we are. We got quite a few things up here. Walk, look, take. Here we go. Okay. So walk, look, pick up, open, close, move, operate, talk, and ask. Okay, so kind of like Dagger of Amon-Ra, where you can just talk to the person, or you can actually ask them some questions, it looks like. And we got inventory, we got the recorder, these are score, not sure what that is, and then a lion and a snake, help, and controls. Okay. Well, we're going to take a look at... let's see, what do we got?
Gabriel is carrying nothing.
Oh, okay. These are our tapes. I guess we got nothing on them yet. Alright, well, let's start, we'll just ask what's-her-face some stuff. My assistant, I presume?
So, what's new, Grace?
Your use
Grace.
of mathematics, for one thing. These books are unbelievable.
What can I say? I refuse to be bound by rules.
The strap marks on your bedpost speak otherwise.
Okay. Let's try the other dialogue.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Oh, here we go. Oh wow, they look much better when they're in portrait mode. Let's ask her about some stuff. We're researching voodoo, apparently.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
I didn't know much of anything about it until you started researching it for your book. Now I know that it's active in the city. There's that shop and museum. It can clearly be dangerous in the wrong hands. You should be careful investigating it.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Just what I read in the paper, same as you.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
No.
Well, I've only been here 2 months, but I love it. It's so much more alive than any place I've been. It feels like anything's possible here.
Tell me about yourself, Grace.
Yeah, right, Knight.
I mean it.
What do you want to know?
How old are you?
Old enough to know about men like you.
Whoa.
How come we haven't gone out yet?
I'm still waiting around for that lobotomy. As soon as I get it, I'll let you know.
Got him.
How do you like working at St. George's Books?
Well, it's not exactly a huge intellectual challenge. Although the math in your record books could confuse Einstein. Still, I love old books, and it's a nice way to pay the bills while I explore the city for a summer. If you ever pay me, that is.
What do you do after work?
Well, I either go to my oil painting class or my Tai Chi. You know that.
You know, you can go overboard with this improving yourself stuff. You don't want to alienate us mere mortals.
I suppose I should just allow my mind and body to atrophy.
Works for me. Just tell me anything at all.
I just got my master's in history and classics. My folks wanted me to go on right away for my PhD, but 18 years of school was enough. I needed a break.
Nothing, I guess. Never mind.
Suit yourself.
Do you have messages for me?
Dana called, and Susie left a message about a lawsuit.
Toss 'em.
Okie dokie. There's more when you want 'em.
Do you have more messages for me?
Your grandmother called.
I keep meaning to get over there. What did she say? Did she sound good?
She sounded great, and we had a nice little chat about you.
Grace.
Don't worry. I didn't go into detail about your cardinal sins. Not that anything about you could surprise her. She adores you anyway.
She's my girl.
But she said to remind you to stop by and go through your father's things.
Okay. Do you have more messages for me?
Here's a strange one. You got a call from someone named Wolfgang Ritter. He said he was calling from Germany. He told me it was urgent, maybe you should give him a call.
Call Germany. Like hell. If it's really important, he'll call back.
Well, fine. Let's just hope he's not with the German lottery for pitiful American authors.
Do you have more messages for me?
Your friend Detective Mosley called. Talkative, isn't he?
Especially with you. What do you want?
He left an interesting message. He told me to tell you that his mother's maiden name is Humphrey. Oh, that's Humprey.
Fascinating.
And that he left some photos for you at the station, at the front desk.
It's about time.
Gabriel, those photos wouldn't have anything to do with the voodoo murders, would they?
Now, why would you say something like that?
Because I know you. You're getting privileged information, aren't you? Did you tell him you'd put him in your new voodoo book?
A writer has certain obligation to his readers, you know.
Gabriel, you know you'll never put him in your book. Your main character is a female orthodontist. You're gonna be reincarnated as a pit bull if you keep screwing with your karma.
As long as it's a male pit bull with a really big...
That's enough. Thanks. Anyway,
Snout.
that's all the
I was gonna say
messages. Thank God.
Okay, so we have a couple leads.
Could you do some research for me?
Sure. What?
I can't think of anything.
Okay.
I just wanted you to do some research. Okay, so that's cool. So I can get her to research stuff for me. Let's see. We got some stuff on the counter here.
The magnifying glass is a handy item for reading old manuscripts or the fine print on Gabriel's lease. There's a pair of tweezers on the counter.
Let's get those things, shall we?
Mind if I borrow the magnifying glass?
No, Sherlock. Just bring it back when we get the next estate shipment.
No problem. I'm going to take the tweezers for a bit.
Good. You're beginning to look a little scruffy.
Just trying to make you feel at home.
I can kind of tell what things we can interact with.
Times Picayune, dated June 18, 1993. The front page has an article about the voodoo murders. The article says that the victims are all identified as members of the underworld. The general public of New Orleans is in no danger. Police claim the so-called voodoo trappings found at the crime scenes are fake, a scare tactic, and that the murders are not associated with any genuine practitioners. Gabriel also scans the Aquarius horoscope for the day. Potential storms ahead. Proceed with caution and do not get involved with anything new at this time.
Right.
Doesn't sound good. Okay, that's cool. Hey, we got some points. Let's look at our... Ooh. And what are these things? Read, open, and look. Okay. see. Okay, so we can look at them.
The magnifying glass is an expensive one with an inlaid jade handle, an heirloom from Gabriel's grandfather.
I'm perfectly honest, I don't really like that narrator. Okay, let's turn text on and narrator voice off. No offense to the, I'm sure very nice New Orleans person. The tweezers from the bookshop are an old stainless steel pair that Gabriel's had forever. Okay. What else do we got in here? We got, what's this? It's an ashtray. Can I take that? Gabriel doesn't need the ashtray. Fine. Oh, what's this? Damn it. Grace keeps her art supplies here. Oh. Can I have your art supplies, Grace? Gabriel wouldn't dare touch Grace's oil paints. Alright. Guess we can look at the... Is it a coffee cup? St. George's Books could use some serious renovation, but Gabriel likes to think that the place has character. Blessed caffeine. Let's get some caffeine.
Good coffee.
Maybe let's go back here. Oh, if Gabriel took that down, the customers would have to look at his messy studio. That's not what I wanted. I wanted open. Oh, God. Oh, Gabriel, you're walking all over things. Ooh. This is his studio. Wow, okay. There's a lot of things to look at here. Gabriel's bedroom is also his office, studio, and library. Little cold bubbly and brie cheese is about all Gabriel's fridge ever has in it. Bills from last Christmas gather dust on the door. Gabriel's bedroom is also... Yep. Jeans and t-shirts. Poster on the wall advertises Mardi Gras, the biggest party of the year in New Orleans. Dresser holds a meager supply of underwear and 38 pairs of mismatched socks. Gabriel's bed, unmade as usual. Medicine cabinet contains a few old prescriptions, personal hygiene stuff, and lots of hair products, including some hair gel. Well, if they're pointing out hair gel, maybe that means I need it.
I'll take this hair gel.
Yep.
You never know when you'll need a touch-up.
It's another Adventure Game 101. If they specifically mention an item, it usually means you should get it. The desk phone is cheap but functional. Typewriter is beginning to accumulate cobwebs.
Should I feel guilty? Nah.
Nah. Several dozen books, including a few of Gabriel's novels, occupy the shelves above his desk. I wonder if you can grab any of those novels. Gabriel doesn't need anything from his bookshelf. Okay. Oh, I can use the phone. Interesting. Okay. Not right now. Off. There we go. Operate the typewriter. Can I write some stuff? Clickety clackety clickety clackety.
Writer's block.
Ah, dang. I don't know if there's anything else in here that I might need.
All my clothes look the same, so why change them?
Oh, good point.
All my clothes...
Alright. Can I open the fridge? Maybe.
Gabriel, shut the refrigerator, please. I could smell it from here.
Oh, wow.
Women.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy, Gabriel. Off to a bad start. Alright, well, let's leave for now. What else we got out here? Got a coat. Dramatic, isn't it? Gabriel didn't eat for 3 weeks after splurging on that coat. He has a thing for black leather. Grace's coat is a simple but classic trench coat. Gabriel hates people with good taste. Why? Seems so mean. It's a bit warm in here. Gabriel decides to wait until he leaves to put on his coat. Okay, so probably just... Let's just leave. Let's go explore some... We have a couple places we need to go based on those messages, so... Rather than poke around here too much... Yeah.
I've got some things I need to do.
Have fun.
Thanks. Oh boy, okay. It's got a little map. St. Louis Cathedral, Historical Voodoo Museum, Dixieland Drugstore, Jackson Square Overlook, Jackson Square, Napoleon House, and Police Station. Greater New Orleans map. Wow, Grandmother Knight's house. Okay. French Quarter is where I am. I see. Let's go to the grandmother's house first. Ooh. Little FMV. Grandma.
Gabriel, I'm so glad you stopped by.
Hi, Grandma.
Sorry it's been a while, Grandma.
Not at all. Give us a kiss. Now come
was a
and
hug.
sit down. Tell me how you're doing.
Oh,
How you been, Gran?
Just fine, dear. I'm sorry I bothered you at work, but I was hoping you'd get a chance to go through your father's things in the attic.
Don't be silly. You can call me anytime. Can we talk, Gran?
Of course, my boy. How can I help?
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Voodoo? What an odd question, Gabriel. Of course, you always were interested in monster movies and all that other weird stuff. You get that from your father and granddad. I don't know anything about it, dear. Of course, it was very big in New Orleans at one time, but you don't hear about it so much these days. Too much else in the world to worry about, I guess.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Oh, Gabriel, nothing. And I don't want to. I sometimes wonder what this world is coming to.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
New Orleans is very southern. Of course, though, not as much as it used to be when I was a girl. It's gotten much more influenced by the East Coast and that California stuff. Still, it hasn't changed as much as other places, I reckon. We've always been happy here.
Tell me about yourself.
Me? Oh, surely you have something more interesting to talk about.
Oh, come on, Gran.
All right, dear. What do you want to hear?
what do you do all day?
What do you do all day?
You know how I love to knit and work in my garden? I also take long walks. It's the only way to keep an old body like mine from stiffening up.
You're not old.
Oh, don't be foolish. I'm older than the hills.
Tell me about before you met Granddaddy.
Well, you know I was born Rebecca Wright. My daddy owned a lot of land outside of town. We grew peas, corn, cotton, all kinds of things. It was a good childhood, but my father was very strict. He didn't much let me out of his sight.
Tell me how you met Granddaddy.
I met Harrison at a church revival. There was a traveling preacher back then, a big fella named Reverend Jim. I even remember his slogan, "Come to me to find your way." Your granddad was sitting right behind me and my girlfriend Alma, and at one point, old Reverend Jim was flinging his hair around with his fire and brimstone antics, and a piece of it, one of those small add-on do's for men, went flying off. I swear, Harrison and I were the only ones that noticed. We both started laughing to beat the band. Everyone looked at us like we were a couple of loonies. It was then I knew that he was for me.
Cute.
How you feeling these days?
Fit as a fiddle, and don't you worry your head about it.
Just tell me anything at all.
I had your father when I was 22. The doctors told me I couldn't have any more after him, so I'm afraid I spoiled him rotten.
All right.
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
All right, dear.
Nice old lady.
Tell me about our family.
Who would you like to hear about? Your granddad, your father, or your mother?
All of them.
Tell me something about Granddad.
Your granddad immigrated to America when he was 21. He worked his way through school, met and married me, and we had your father, Philip.
Tell me about my father.
Your father was my only child. How we adored him. Philip suffered from terrible nightmares, just like your granddad did. They were 2 peas in a pod.
I am having nightmares too, Grandma.
Tell me about my mother.
Your mother was Margaret Templeton when your father met her. She came from a very wealthy Creole family in New Orleans. She was beautiful and reckless. She was madly in love with your father, of course, but I also think she liked defying her family. Since you're so interested in family history these days, why don't you go by St. Louis Cemetery No. 1 and visit the family tomb? It would be a sweet gesture.
Maybe I will.
Maybe I will.
You know, you get prettier every time I see you.
Oh, you.
What a charmer. Okie dokie. Well, I'm gonna go root through those things up there.
I'm going to go up to the attic, Gran.
Be careful of the dust.
No. Oh boy. Okay.
There's nothing I want in there.
I guess I should be looking at things first before just rummaging. That box of knickknacks has been up here for at least 5 years. An elaborate mechanical clock, probably of German origin, is among the discarded treasures of the attic. Doesn't seem to be running at the moment. The old trunk looks like it's gone to hell and back. Grandma's attic is a storehouse of forgotten treasures and useless junk. Gabriel's seen these ornaments every year at Christmas for as long as he can remember. It's a lady's hat from the 1920s.
From Gran's Virginia Woolf period. It's Granddaddy's old golf bag.
Cool. It's an old dusty bicycle tire. Well, this clock seems to be a thing. Gabriel doesn't want to take the clock. Alright. Let's see if we can get it working then. Oh boy. Key winds the clock's mechanism. Ring of 6 symbols surrounds the face of the clock: a sword, a sun, an angel, a noose, an eclipse, and a dragon. There's an interesting design in the base of the clock. Yeah, it seems like a drawer. Okay. Let's try this. Nothing happens. Can I open this? Can I take the key? Okay. I wonder if there's more to this. Clock, a sword, a sun. Can I... Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh. We have to set it to a certain time. I'm not sure what time, though. Let's leave for now. I want to see what's in this chest. Well, then move the clock. Do I need to solve this clock thing before I can get in the trunk? It's an old metal tub full of dust and cobwebs. What about the golf bag?
Was never my game. I'm not sure what my game was, but it wasn't golf.
Heyo. What does this mean again? Move. Okay.
It looks pretty heavy.
Well, I just want to open it. But the clock's in the way. Oh, I see. You can re-listen to the people we've talked to. That makes sense. Okay. Not sure if this clock puzzle is something I can solve right now. What's this? There's a sketchbook on the chair that Gabriel vaguely remembers as his father's. Oh, okay. That's probably something we need.
I think I'll take Daddy's sketchbook with me.
That might have what we need for the clock. Gabriel looks fondly at his father's sketchbook and charcoal pencil. What the hell is this? Jar contains frou-frou hair gel. Oh, right. Let's read the book. Whoa. Images haunt the pages of Philip Knight's sketchbook the way they must have haunted his mind. The images touch a deep chord in Gabriel. So familiar are they that he finds it hard to believe they aren't from his own subconscious. Is there a way to turn the page, or is it just... Okay. Well, does this have something to do with the clock? Am I getting obsessive over this clock for no reason? Do you think? But it does move. Oh. Oh. So we have to put these in the right spots? I don't know. Nothing happens. What are the symbols again? Sword, sun, angel, noose, eclipse, dragon. So sword, sun, angel, noose, eclipse, dragon. Okay. Where would be the... What would make the most sense for... Maybe the eclipse at the top? At 12? Oops. No. But I feel like maybe we need to move the numbers to a certain place too. Or the hands, rather. But I'm not sure where. Well, I'm going to ponder over this puzzle and maybe give up on it and go to a different location to rest my brain. But I think I'll end the first video there. We've made some good progress. I mean, I guess not really much at all, but we've talked to some people and we're figuring things out. And for a game I've never played before, it's fun. So, hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time on Point Click Repeat. Bye-bye.